call the Honourable Pete Hodson.
I just want to make a few remarks on this piece of legislation. I think the first thing I should perhaps do is recall the work I'm sure other colleagues on my side and hopefully on the other side of the House will have done as well, is to recall the work of Di Yates in this general area. She pushed this policy area around for years, and she did so not because she was for or against human-assisted reproductive technology, but because she knew that it was here and that it needed to be well regulated. So she didn't see it as being an issue of ethics or anything of the sort. She just knew that a good nation, if it was going to run well, would pay attention to the detail around how this new technology would be regulated, how it would be put together, just like we did with, genetic modification technology, just like we must with all technologies that come our way, all of the nuclear technologies that have come our way in recent decades, and on it goes. And so Di Yates picked up the human-assisted reproductive technology regulation and put it if you will, championed it over the years. I sort of would watch with some amusement because as a veterinarian, we've been involved in some of these technologies for decades, longer than has been the case in the human area. And the reason is that reproductive technologies in humans is sensitive. It's sensitive because one needs to be clear about how gametes are collected, how gametes are stored, how gametes are destroyed when destruction is the right thing, and about the fact that a little child can get born here and there with these human-assisted reproductive technologies, and there's a little child, a little two and a bit, she must be, what is she? She's coming on 2 years and 4 months in my life, who is here because of this technology and would not be here without this technology, and she's a delight. And I last saw her on Sunday, and I don't know when she's coming for her first sleepover, but it won't be long. And so human-assisted reproductive technologies have altered my life as well. But in much earlier times, I was involved in the equivalent technologies as a veterinarian. So let's hear it for Di Yates. Now, what's interesting is that this legislative change is tiny. It is tiny. But the reason that we are giving it the time of the House is that it's important that we get our legislative framework clear and accurate and unambiguous so that everyone kind of knows what the rules are, whatever the rules are, whatever they are, so long as they are clear, and then people can follow them. And they haven't been. They haven't been clear about what date the age of an embryo starts. What is the birth date of an embryo? It wasn't clear whether that birth period started in 2004 when the legislation was passed, or whether the birth of an embryo began at the time the embryo was collected, and this bill makes it clear that it's the latter. So that's good. The reason that we're taking this time is that it's easy for society to get upset about something that is perceived to have gone wrong. And the best way to avoid that is to be clear about the rules. And so it is around other technologies that are similar. So pre-implantation genetic diagnosis, if that's the right terminology, and I'm going to be in trouble if I have got it wrong. I got it right, thank you, said the obstetrician and gynaecologist amongst us. That needs some clear rules. And we've got clear rules. So we are able to use that technology wisely. We don't use it for designer babies. You're not allowed to. We don't use it to predetermine gender. You're not allowed to. But we do use it to determine an identifiable and preventable genetic condition being inflicted upon a young New Zealander. We can stop that. And that's great. So we've got a sensible approach to these technologies in general, and so too we have in this case. I think I'll wrap it up there, Mr Speaker. I think that the House is pretty quiescent. Everyone seems to be of the mood that this is a good thing. There seems to be no argument for me to bash back, so I shan't bother. I shall... Quiescent. The word quiescent has just awoken the Minister of Justice, but I shan't myself rise to the fact that he's awoken. I shall instead resume my seat.
I call